How are we, YouTube? George here. Hope you're all keeping well and happy. The last day we were talking to you, I was showing you the engines I got. So just a little update as to where things have got since that. So basically I've two. This one here, this is the engine that was in the bike. So that's out and stripped now. That's one of the 1100s. I done the whole town yesterday looking for a 50mm socket to get the clutch basket out of there, and do you think could I find one anywhere? I found one place that had one, but they wanted €65 just for the socket, and it was a 3/4 inch drive, and they wanted another €30 for a 1/2 inch to 3/4 drive adapter, and I wasn't paying that. So I ordered one off of Amazon, and we're just waiting for that to come. Then we can get the clutch out of that and split the cases, because there's a little bracket in there, bearing retainer behind the clutch, and you can't split the cases until you have that taken out of there. So two heads, we'll cover them up now in a few minutes. And the 750 engine, that's all hollowed out. I think I had that done the last time, and that's now in the bike, and there's all the carbs and cases on it and whatnot. So that's just our mock-up engine for now. And yeah, went in there grand, but of course that's what should have been in there in the first place. So in our crates here, this is the gearbox / transmission crate. We have all clutches, gearboxes. The 750 gearbox is in there, 6-speed, so that's what will be going into when I pick which set of cases I'm going to use for the engine that's going to go into the bike. The 6-speed gearbox will be going into that. This one is all engine parts, everything, like there's pickups for sumps, and I see pistons in there, rocker cover bolts, cam chain tensioner blades, cam chain tensioners. What else have we in there? There's a crank in there, camshafts, oil return pipes, the one that goes from the head to the block. That's actually the feed to the head from the oil pump. So that's all that's in there. And then this crate here is all electrical stuff. There's like 5 or 6 sets of ignition pickups there, coils, alternators, starters. There's a wiring loom in there, and neutral switches and a few other bits and pieces like that. And here, these are all casing bolts. So cylinder studs there, lower crankcase bolts, all the upper crankcase bolts, there are cam cap bolts, etc, etc, and just to keep everything kind of nice and neat when we're going to put back together. Then I had a spare one of these, and we have like that's all dowels and pins, rubber seals for the spark plug holes. They're all O-rings and those copper lads there. So I said I'd hold on to them for now. Carb clips, it's not completely full. Oil pressure switches, of about 7 of them. What else have we here? Various washers. These are the little pins that go between some of the cases, where it's what holds it together. So I just took them out. Various plugs. They're sump plug yokes for the oil cooler. They're for the cam chain idler at the top of the engine. Plugs. I don't think there's much else in it now. These are all the little screws that hold all the bearing retainers and ignition plates and timing plates and all that carry on. And these here are their timing triggers. They're all cylinder head nuts and bolts. Well, they're all nuts. Some of them are acorns and the rest of them are just flanged. These are shims for the crank. They're all for the clutch, shims and outside retaining bolts and whatnot. So shells, but they're not much good. And then the bottom then of all these bearing retainers, and that's the camshaft, cam chain idler mounts on top of that, lad. A few other bits and pieces. They're mainly all bearing retainers. How I ended up with so many of them, like there's 5 there, and I don't know. But of course I did buy a big box of stuff there on eBay a few months ago, and there was a load of stuff in it. It was all the hardware to do with putting the engine together, so a lot of that's in there. So in the box there, that's the 3rd engine. That one has all new gaskets and a float head and a whole pile of other stuff in it, so I just have that covered up for now to keep any dust and crap out of it. So we'll probably strip that one whenever we get a chance. And yeah, so I'll cover up them heads now before I leave. A few bits in here in my hillbilly style parts washer. A couple of sumps there. Just took the worst of the shite off them. Because they were manky dirty. Like, these were engines that had been hanging around in various, you know, sheds, and they weren't really stored right and things like that. That's the sump I'm going to be using, I think, because it's a real deep sump. That's the best one to use because you have extra oil capacity. But it all has to be cleaned out inside because there's a bit of oxidization and stuff in it there, and we'll hit it with a soft brass wire wheel on the outside. I cleaned up this thing was absolutely caked in crap. There's still a small bit on it here and there, but a couple of cases and AN fittings there and blah de blah. So I just cleaned everything up. And I have another sump in there at the minute, just soaking, and we leave that in there for another while. That's full of kerosene and a lot of dirt at the minute. It's just a handy way of cleaning stuff, and more stuff here to get cleaned. I'll probably throw in this rocker cover here now and let it soak for a couple of days. This one is filthy. And I have various cases there. Look at this for hillbilly. Yeah, this is how lads in Ireland roll when they lose something. He lost his oil plug, and he made one out of a piece of hardwood. But the thread's in and all. Gas. It actually tightens in it, believe it or not. That's gas. So yeah. Another set of barrels there. They were from the engine that I had in the bike. Now, they look a bit scabby, but they're not actually that bad. They're just a little bit of surface rust on them. But once we run the hone through them, we'll measure them first and see which is the best set. And we'll we'll use the ones, of course, that have the least amount of wear. What else have we here? A set of pistons here, but they're junk. They come out of this engine, the one on the left here. But all the skirts are all broken. See? Like, it should be like that. And you can see there's lumps gone over it, so. But the rings look okay, so at least we'll be able to salvage those. And again, we will use whatever measures the best and gives us the least amount of wear. This is an oil pump here. This was in the engine that was in the bike, and I'm probably going to do what you call it on that, an autopsy, because it feels like there's something in it, which is why the stiff spot there, but only after a full revolution. I think there's something in it, so we're going to crack it open and have a look and see. It says in the manual that you're not supposed to open them, but like I have 2 more there, so I'm not too bothered. And we'll do a video on that. We'll crack it open and see what's the story inside it. So we'll leave that there. So that's pretty much where we are for now. And I'm going to put all this stuff away and wheel it into the corner. And these are all stackable crates and little dolly there that goes under them. So I can just wheel all that away and put it into a corner. And I know what's in them. I have it all wrote down on paper what's in them. So most of the stuff in here is all clean and it's done and it's ready to go. So with the exception of the clutch baskets, I didn't do anything with them. So there we have it. That's where we are for now. And I hope everybody has a good weekend. Oh, I had to bring in the cylinder of gas. I had this lad here. This is the rear upper mount for the back of the engine, and this bush was in here on like that on that spindle, and it was absolutely solid. It wouldn't move. And so what we done was we have a gas cylinder. It was outside for a long time, so I brought it in and I've left it there. And I got big Bertha out, big blowtorch. So we gave it about 15-20 seconds of heat, and out it came. I just gripped it in the vise, and I had a big long breaker bar with a socket on it on the top of this, so I just kept kind of rocking it back and forward till it broke free, and it did. So that's everything. So we can put all this stuff away now, and that's where it is for now. So we will get you in the next one. As I said, everybody have a nice weekend. What we'll do is we'll put that up there in behind the bandsaw where it's out of the way, and we'll take it from there. Alright, that's it. Good luck.